Hey guys, I know it's been a while, but I finally had some time to do a new video, so we're kind of just going to do like a simple get ready with me. I have some new stuff that we're going to try out today. We got like the e.l.f. Putty Blush, and I also got the bronzer. And yesterday I got my October Ipsy bag, which looks like this, so it's just going to be a kind of a laid back video, so if you want to see how all the makeup turns out, then just keep on watching. I dyed my hair this morning, as you can tell. I've kind of wanted to go back to the dark red for a while now because I kind of phased out of it, but I'm going to go ahead and start priming. So I'm going to do a mixture of the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer and the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Face Base. I kind of like to take the Wet n Wild one and kind of just do it on the areas that are kind of the more pore filling, and that just flew out of there. But I'm going to take this because you can kind of tell, like, it's got that, it's not silicone because, like, that's, like, the thing about it. It says it's the one silicone-free primer that does it all, which it truly does. It mattifies, it also hydrates, blurs pores. Basically, it's not what you would expect it to do for being a silicone-free primer. But I'm going to kind of focus this in like the center of the face. And then I'm going to take the Vitamin Rich Face Base like on the rest of the face. And kind of just primarily focus this on the T-zone. God. I was looking at my YouTube the other day and I saw it had been like 2 months since I've done a video, so definitely been a while. School started like right when I did like the last one, so I haven't had time to like truly sit down and do one of these, so it feels good to be able to do this again. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the face base and just do the rest of the face. This has a really nice hydrating feel to it, but it's not like super greasy, because like since I have oily skin, whenever I first tried this out I was kind of worried it was gonna be a little too emulsifying, but it ended up being really good, and it helps the face just not feel so cakey and like clogged up when you wear it. So I'm just going to put that everywhere. Then we'll go in with the brows and all that. I'm on tray, like a little Invisalign update. I'm on tray, I think I just put 27 in last night, and I have 30 in the first set. So we're about done with the regular treatment. We're going to do the refinement trays here pretty soon. The next time I go, they're going to do the scans for that. So we're getting pretty close. You can see how much straighter they've gotten. Especially this front too. I really can't believe how well they turned out. We're going to go ahead and do the eyes first. I put some of this Tony Moly Retinol eye cream that I got in my Ipsy bag this month. It's got pumpkin in it, and surprisingly it has a very like gel-like consistency, so I think I'll really like this. I'm just going to go ahead and take my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer to prep the eyes. I was looking for my Anastasia eye primer, but I think it's hidden somewhere since I was traveling recently, so it's in a makeup bag somewhere. I'm just going to throw this on. I went to Ulta last night and got some new items too, so we have a ton of new stuff to talk about. Aside from like the Putty Blush and the Putty Bronzer, what else did I get? Today we're going to be using the Morphe Smoke and Shadow 9-pan palette, and the inside looks like that. I wanted to get something that was kind of more of a like smoky neutrals, just something that you can just throw into your makeup bag when you're traveling and just have it with you. So I'm excited to use that. I'm taking the shade Sand in my Desert Oasis palette from BH and just setting that concealer. That way we have a seamless blending slate. Yeah, school's been going really well lately. It's actually been much calmer than last semester and kind of last year as a whole. Last year was just really draining, so it's nice to kind of have a year that's not crazy like that. Alright, now that we got that all set, we're going to go in with that Morphe palette. God, my hair is looking crazy right now. I donated it recently, and I got it evened out, but I'm kind of trying to get used to how my hair's at this level, because I got 10 inches cut off, so it's definitely been an adjustment, but we'll get through it. So to start this look, I think we're going to start off by going in with this middle shade here, just kind of in the transition area. I'm going to go in with that same brush that I used to set the eyelids. Yeah, I got this last night after we went to the movies. We went and saw Venom, Let There Be Carnage, which is really good, and I'm excited for any other movies I think that came out for that series. So I went to Ulta after. I got this, and I'll talk about the other stuff I got. I got the e.l.f. Putty Blush and the Putty Bronzer from there too, so we're going to use that today. Yep, I'm just taking this and kind of throwing it in like the transition area. Kind of just letting the color build up for itself. So far this seems to be blending out pretty good. Whenever I got this last night, it kind of reminded me of that color Barokay palette that I have. I don't even know if I've shown that on here. But those were very hard to blend and very hard to work with. Luckily, this is the complete opposite so far. They seem to be going on fairly nicely, and it's nice that they're not like super pigmented. That way you can have a chance to build up the color. Because if they're super pigmented, you kind of just have like a one-shot deal. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye off camera so that way we don't spend time all doing this. But after this, we're going to go in with the crease shade. Next, I'm going to go in with this color, this kind of chocolatey brown. I'm going to take this on a kind of a pointed crease brush. This is a Morphe brush, but I've used it so much that the handle showing what number it is gone. So we're just going to kind of guess what it is. I'm just going to take that and kind of just start on the outside and kind of work our way in. Very pigmented already. And I'm barely like touching it. I'm like not even going in that hard. Kind of just mending that color with the above transition shade. I got a new Smashbox liquid lipstick last night too, which I'm going to use that today. But I'm excited because I haven't bought another one since the first one I bought. Which the one that I bought last night is in the shade Boss, which is a kind of like a blue tone red. Which I've always liked how those look on my skin tone. So I'm going to wear that today and I'm excited to see how it looks. The first one I had was in the shade Babe Alert, which I'll always love that shade. It's like a kind of a rosy nude, but like it still has that little bit of pink in there. So that one's always a good shade to wear. I'm going to do the other eye off camera so that you guys don't have to sit through that. For the lid shade, I'm going to do the silver. I contemplated doing that rose gold, but I kind of wanted something that was a little different, so we're going to take the silver. I'm just probably going to take it on my fingers. You can tell it's very pigmented, so I'm going to be kind of careful with it. It seems to be going on the eye well. I'm going to maybe take a brush with some setting spray on the other eye and see if we see a difference. So I took this brush with that new setting spray from Makeup Revolution that I got yesterday on this eye. You can kind of see a little bit of a difference. I think you're also just going to get more color payoff just using a brush anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and probably just do that to the same eye on this end. And just kind of do the same thing. And I'm probably going to do like the outer corner with that same crease shade. So I scooted the camera a little closer because I'm going to try out this new liner that I got in my Ipsy bag from Lottie London. This is called Wing Woman. And this is what the tip looks like. Pretty standard. So I'm just going to go ahead and start doing that since we finished the eyeshadow. So far it seems to be going on a little thin, but hopefully we can build that color up. That's kind of the first coat. Alright, we're gonna start the wing by just kind of going up. It seems to be alright. I mean, personally, like, I really like a really deep and, like, pigmented liner. So I don't know if this would be my first choice, but I feel like if you just needed something in a pinch, that this would work really well. I finished the other eye, and I think, of course, they don't look very similar, so we're just gonna go with that, but it seems like the more that you use it, the more pigmented it gets, so I think I just kind of had to get kick-started a little bit. I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Lash Bag Mascara. Yeah, I definitely feel like this is a mascara that people didn't really talk about, and it gives good results. And I don't really know why no one's really talked about it. And also, the packaging is like super pretty. It's got that nice rose gold gradient. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this eye. It's got that similar kind of hourglass shape. That's kind of been the big thing recently with like e.l.f. and the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. After I finish the eyes, we're going to jump into the fun part of reviewing the e.l.f. Putty Blush and Bronzer. I'm going to do the foundation and then we're going to get into that. Again, disregard the hair. I'm going to make sure I get the bronzer and everything into like the crevices up here. And for some reason, I don't know if it's my camera or whatever, but for some reason this foundation's looking a lot more yellow on me than usual. I used the Ordinary one and I've never seen it look this weird, so I don't know if it's my hair, the camera, lighting, I don't know. But that kind of caught me a little off guard. But I'm going to take this with my e.l.f. Buffing foundation brush, and I chose the shade Honey Drip just because I didn't want something that was like super brown. I wanted something that was a little more cool tone, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this and kind of just... Okay, so the iPhone storage like flipped out, so that's why it cut off. I'm just taking this and kind of going on the forehead. I feel like you kind of have to dig in a lot. Like, I get about that much on there. Make sure that earring gets out of the way. To be honest, I don't know how I feel about this so far. I feel like it's kind of disappearing. Or maybe I'm just not used to using cream products, because I haven't used a cream bronzer until now. But I don't know. It's kind of uncharted territory for me. Don't be surprised if I end up using like a powder bronzer on top of this later, just because I don't know where the color is. Like, I don't know if I need to like take my finger and just kind of apply it like that. But do you see what I mean? The color is kind of dissipating. I don't know. Yeah, we'll figure it out. So I'm going to go in with the blush now. This is in the shade Turks and Caicos. It's kind of a good little peachy color. I'm going to go ahead and... I might just try to do the fingers on this and see what happens with it. Because I kind of played with it last night and that's what it looks like. I'm just going to take some and kind of just dab it there. It seems like a really pretty color. I'm going to take the back end of my sponge and kind of just blend it out. That color goes really nicely with the eye look, so luckily we chose something good. I'm just letting my eyes bake for a little bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the Wet n Wild highlighter in the shade Blossom Glow and just kind of throw it on the high points of the face. I've recently been using that highlighter from my Ipsy bag that I got last month, and it was Shades by Shan. I think it was the shade Irma. I was going to use it today, but I don't know where I put it. It's kind of got a gold sheen to it, but I think this kind of goes better with the eye look. God, I feel like I don't have a lot to say today, and I don't know why. It's like I have been gone for like 2 months. You think I would have something to say, but I don't know. I just felt like one of those videos where I kind of get too invested in the makeup, because I'm also going to do a TikTok after this that I have to do the second part of, so you know how that goes. Alright, I'm going to let the bake set for a little bit, and then we're going to do the lips. I'm going to take the LA Girl lip liner in Forever Red and outline the lips before we go in. Kind of just go on the top. The fact that this is called Forever Red, and I don't know if it's like the concealer making it look pink, but it's kind of throwing me off. Alright, then we're gonna go in with the Smashbox Liquid Lipstick in the shade Boss, like I talked about before. I love the applicator this has. It's got like that teardrop on it. It's like, welcome to the part of the video where nobody talks. Alright. I swear it's the lighting that's... Like, I'm gonna see if I can turn this off and see if it looks different. Or maybe I just need to turn it down, because... I feel like it's making it look like it's weird. And even the lip color now is like throwing me off. Because whenever I swatch it, it looks like it's a blue-red, not like... It's kind of giving me a weird warm vibes, and it doesn't look like that, so... I don't know. It works with the look, but I don't know. Alright, that brings us to the end of the video. It was nice to be able to talk to you guys again and kind of just get back into the swing of things. And to be honest, I don't know when my next one will be. That's kind of just undecided. I'll be gone on fall break next week, so hopefully I can get something put out then. But I wanted to get a look done with all the new products that I have. And, you know, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.